Hey guys, so today I'm here to talk about Bill O'Reilly and Jon Stewart. My friend Matt had posted a link on Facebook to a YouTube video, and it was a segment from the O'Reilly Factor in which Jon Stewart was a guest. Now, the reason this piqued my interest so much was the debate that they were having. Normally, I can't stand Bill O'Reilly. I had like a 0% tolerance for him. I think he has no respect for people or the human condition that don't believe in his ideal system. But anyways, the debate they were having at hand was the rapper Common being invited to the White House. Now, I tried to make this video earlier, but my thoughts were just all over the place. I was kind of yelling because I was angry, and I wanted to have a bit more background information before I made this video. Okay, so the rapper Common was invited to the White House to perform by Barack Obama. Not really sure what the event was or why he was invited, but he performed for some like state dinner or something. And Bill O'Reilly had a problem with this because Common, months prior or a year prior or sometime, went to Cuba to visit convicted felon Assata Shakur, or escaped felon Assata Shakur. And for those of you who don't know who she was a member of the Black Panther Party, or the Black Liberation Army, during the 1960s of the Civil Rights Movement. And the reason that this struck up so much controversy was that she was accused of killing a New Jersey state trooper during a shootout in New Jersey on the New Jersey Turnpike. So Bill O'Reilly kept addressing the fact that Common went to go visit her in Cuba, where she lives in kind of like exile now, because the only reason I could think she'd be living in Cuba is because Cuba during the 60s offered like safe transport or harboring American fugitives during the whole Cuban Missile Crisis. I'm not here to tell you about that. That's a different video. But Bill O'Reilly kept bringing up the fact that Common supports this woman. Now, I don't think Common condones cop killing or killing cops, but what Common reportedly said was that this woman has had the strength to do something, to stand up for my rights, and that's something I wish I could do. And I support like all civil rights movement, especially like I'm really interested in the Black civil rights movement in the 60s, and I'm not supporting cop killing, but I think her story is really interesting, and Common believes that she was falsely charged or falsely accused. Now, Bill O'Reilly stated that by Common being invited to the White House, that was Barack Obama validating Common and validating Common's choices, and essentially validating Common supporting this cop killer. Now, Bill O'Reilly does not turn away from the fact that Common visited this cop killer. Ooh, she killed the cop. She murdered a state trooper. Like, that's all he focuses on. And he says that it was a bad move. He shouldn't have been invited to the White House, that Barack Obama is sending the wrong message to the country. And Jon Stewart flips the coin on Bill O'Reilly and states that, there's a lot of people who have been invited to the White House who have had past indiscretions or supported or wrote songs about people who murdered police officers. The best example he gives is Bono, the lead singer of U2, wrote a song about Leonard Peltier, convicted of killing 2 FBI agents. This is where things turn heated. Jon Stewart brings up the fact that Bono's been to the White House. Bob Dylan has written a song about somebody who killed a cop. Bruce Springsteen. These are all people who shouldn't, by Bill O'Reilly standards, be invited to the White House, but they have been. And Bill O'Reilly just focuses on Common. Common supports this cop killer. Common did this. Common did that. Barack Obama's validating Common. And I think the reason that Bill O'Reilly is so adamant on this is that there's sort of an underlining tone of racism. Because when Jon Stewart brings up the fact that Bono, who's white, Bruce Springsteen, who's white, Bob Dylan, who's white, they've all been to the White House and have written songs about the stuff, like, they shouldn't be allowed to by his standards, Bill O'Reilly doesn't have anything to say about that. But when he brings up Common again, Bill O'Reilly has everything under the sun to say about it. Now, the thing that frustrates me about Bill O'Reilly is that he has a large public forum in which he can reach a lot of viewers. Now, there are people in democratic countries like my own or like the United States that aren't necessarily well educated about politics or political issues. These people, like my mother is one of them. She just chooses not to like bother herself with politics. It's not really something that she cares about. But when it's time to vote, my mom will listen to the ad campaigns, that kind of thing, what's on the news, who's popular, and basically base her vote on that. Now, I'm a political science student, for those of you who didn't know. And I'm a really big adamant on people forming their own opinions based on political issues. Now, if you're right-wing, then that's fine. Everybody has their own opinions, and you have the right to believe in what you believe in and advocate politically what your idea of a country's stability or political issues should be. But Bill O'Reilly just does not have respect for equality or like the human condition. He's had debates about gays, about like supposed terrorists and stuff, and it just frustrates me because I don't feel like he gives everybody the equal chance. If you're going to have a live crossfire debate in which you have a guest and then the host, I think you should have a little bit of common courtesy to listen to what your guest says. And that's the thing Bill O'Reilly never does. He always yells over his guests, cuts them off, talks over them. He'll get his producers to cut the shot if he doesn't want to hear what his opponent has to say. And those are kind of the rules of debating, is that you listen to both sides. You have an introduction, an argument, a rebuttal, a closing statement from one party and a closing statement from the other. So that's just how debating works. And if you're not going to follow those rules, then you shouldn't really be allowed to have a forum for debate. The thing that irks me about this is Bill O'Reilly has the ability to reach people who aren't concerning themselves with politics just because he's in the public eye. So there are people that are going to base their opinions off of what he says instead of looking or researching into the actual issue at hand. And that's what bothers me, is that, like, kind of follow him like blind sheep. And I think that if you're going to have a right-winged news network or a left-wing news network, you need to show both sides of the table, because there are two sides to every story and people need to be educated about that. So that's what drives me nuts, that he has the public forum to talk about these things but doesn't allow other people to have the public forum to talk about them, even though they're invited guests on his show. So, but I just want to know, like, what you guys think about this. I'm going to post the link to the video. I'd like, if you could do, like, if you watch this and you think this is interesting, like, do a video response or leave me a comment or message me, because I'd really like to hear what you guys have to think about this issue or these debates and what your opinions are on this, or Bill O'Reilly. But I really give credit to Jon Stewart for holding his own, because most of the time the people that have been invited on the Bill O'Reilly show that get cut off or get, like, insulted by him, like, tend to melt down or freak out. And Jon Stewart, I don't know if there's a mutual respect between Jon Stewart and Bill O'Reilly, but he held his own and basically had Bill O'Reilly stymied at one moment. So I'm going to post the video, and I'd like to know what your opinion on this issue is. Common visiting the White House. Is Barack Obama validating Common's choices? Should people with past indiscretions or views that aren't politically convenient be allowed to visit the White House? Because essentially the White House, from what I know, is the people's house. So, like, if you're an American, I guess that kind of belongs to you, and everybody should be allowed to go. But yeah, so post me a video response or a message. I'm not trying to hate on anybody who's right-winged or anybody who's far left-wing or what your political opinion or value is. This was just my opinion on this issue. So let's try to be mature about this. And if you, like, don't have anything nice to say or you want to troll me, then, like, can you just take the time to do something else? But yeah, I'd like to know what you guys think about this. So thank you for listening to my rant. I appreciate it.